So you're wondering what causes brain fog, also known as fibro fog. I'm Dr. Mark Dailey, and I'm going to answer that question in just a moment. So what are the symptoms of brain fog? Well, I guess a foggy brain, unclear thoughts, low brain endurance, slow mental speed, loss of brain function after a trauma, brain fog and fatigue and poor mental focus after meals, brain fog, unclear thinking and fatigue from chemicals, scents, and pollutants, brain fog and fatigue from certain foods, and depression. While the brain can become inflamed, we may not necessarily know it as we don't feel pain from brain inflammation. Headaches are caused by other mechanisms, although brain inflammation can play a role. Instead, brain inflammation most often manifests as brain fog and sluggish brain function. Fortunately, functional medicine offers solutions for brain fog and mental sluggishness. The key is to find and address the underlying hidden source of chronic inflammation. So, brain fog is characterized by cognitive impairments to memory, attention, executive function, and the speed of cognitive processing. Though brain fog is not technically a medical condition, it can be symptomatic of some underlying conditions that might range from poor nutrition or illness to undiagnosed food sensitivities or sleep deprivation. Staying sharp is tough, and we, of course, want to focus on keeping our brains as healthy as possible for as long as possible. These foods I'm about to mention can hinder mental sharpness and can make you significantly foggier through the day. One of them is processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, lunch meat, and sausage are loaded with sodium preservatives, sodium nitrates, and sodium nitrites, all of which have been shown to cause many issues among the body. Some of the problems are related to the skin and respiratory system, but you guessed it, they also may be found to cause dizziness and brain fog. Then there's dairy. Dairy is a very common food allergen, but even those that are not allergic to it are often sensitive. If you're one of those individuals, you might experience some brain fog or headaches when you eat dairy products. You may even have gas or bloating. This happens because dairy products affect the central nervous system as well as the gastrointestinal system. You might replace dairy products with a plant-based product like almond milk or coconut milk. If that makes a difference in your brain fog, you might just have a sensitivity that you didn't realize you had. Alcohol is another product that may cause brain fog. Alcohol has a lot of different properties that can cause sensitivities, brain fog, including but not limited to sulfites, histamines, gluten, and ethanol. Instead, consider cutting out alcohol completely for a couple of weeks and see if you do better. And then there's artificial sweeteners and processed sugars. So artificial sweeteners like aspartame break down into multiple chemical compounds that are able to cross the blood-brain barrier. When this happens, the brain cells get excited and die. Having too much of any of these sugar-free foods, often containing them, can lead to headaches, mental confusion, fatigue, balance issues, even numbness. Instead, in your morning coffee, opt for natural sugars like stevia. Potentially, you could use honey, agave, or even maple syrup. There are many healthier alternatives that won't cause brain fog, so don't feel discouraged if your favorite foods are on the list. If you tend to eat a lot of these foods, try cutting them out for a few weeks and see if your mental acuity increases. You may find that you don't even miss having a cold cut sandwich once you've tried a healthy alternative. And of course, your brain and your heart will thank you. While inflammation causes brain fog and mental sluggishness, it also accelerates the degeneration of the brain. This raises the risk of neurodegenerative conditions like dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, and a lot more. In fact, brain aging is linked more to inflammation than simply getting older. So if you're blaming your mental confusion or brain fog on age, think again. It's probably got a lot more to do with inflammation. Now, what I'm about to share is extremely important because inflammation is not exclusively limited to the foods you eat. You see, chronic inflammation anywhere in the body can inflame the brain. This includes chronic joint pain, infections from bacteria, viruses or parasites, leaky gut or gut inflammation, or an undiagnosed and unmanaged autoimmune condition. Inflammation in the body releases immune cells called cytokines. These cytokines can trigger inflammation in the brain. Brain inflammation is now recognized as a primary cause of chronic, unresponsive depression. Think about that. After all, antidepressants do not address brain inflammation. So if you have brain fog, mental sluggishness, see if any of these factors could be contributing. Diabetes and high blood sugar, poor circulation, lack of exercise, chronic stress, heart disease, respiratory issues, anemia, previous head traumas, neurological autoimmunity, gluten and dairy intolerance, alcohol and drug abuse, environmental pollutants, systemic inflammation, autoimmune diseases, hypothyroidism, inflammatory bowel conditions, and leaky blood-brain barrier. A big part of my new patient protocol is to do a deep and thorough discovery phase. This is where we do advanced lab testing in an effort to determine these underlying hidden causes of inflammation, all of which I just mentioned. You simply need to know that functional medicine and the functional medicine protocols look for these hidden causes of inflammation in order to bring resolution to chronic conditions, including brain fog. So if you start to feel more mental clarity when addressing the underlying issues of brain fog, that means you're on the right track. While working on the dietary and the lifestyle factors that trigger brain fog, there are a number of natural compounds that reduce inflammation in the brain. I'll leave a link to one particular product that I take every single day that reduces brain inflammation. It's actually a blend of about a half a dozen different products proven to reduce brain inflammation. If you're dealing with chronic inflammation, brain fog, mental sluggishness, or any other condition you know could be better, schedule a free 15-minute consultation today so we can get you back to living the life that you deserve. You can simply go to my online calendar, which is www.talktodrd.com. That's the word talk and then to, T-O-D-R-D.com. I'm going to leave a link to my schedule in the description below and a link and a discount code for the product that I mentioned earlier. If this information has been helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We will continue to put out helpful information for those suffering from chronic conditions. Guys, thanks so much for your time and attention. God bless you and have a great day.
Dr. Mark Dailey is the founder of Fibromyalgia University, the president of Birmingham Functional Medicine, creator of Fibromyalgia Heroes, which is a coaching and implementation recovery program. He is a certified functional medicine practitioner, a nutritional counselor, and a doctor of chiropractic. He has advanced education in functional endocrinology, functional blood chemistry, the brain and neurotransmitters, as well as thyroid function.